This is particularly for you parents who might not have grown up with cell phones. It can be very tough to keep track of what your teens are putting on their little cell phones, and in particular, the codes for texting. A parental protection software firm has now created a helpful graphic to assist parents in decoding online slang. And so that's out there. But also at the ready is Maria Lucé. Maria is from the empoweredmom.com website. She joins us now on cracking the code, and I mean all codes, to understand dangerous teenage sexting slang, keep them out of trouble, and hopefully stop a lot of the sexting. Hello, Maria.
I am so happy to be with you and all of your listeners. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming on. So you run the empoweredmom.com website. It's very popular, and you look at all kinds of things with regard to motherhood and with regard to parenting. This is a very important one. Let's start with some of these codes for this listening audience that they need to know. Most of the time it's in acronyms. Let's say MOS, mom over shoulder, or POS, parent over shoulder. What are the new ones that teens are using, Maria?
Well, we can put this under the entire heading of KPC, which is Keep Parents Clueless, which, if you think about it, I mean, this isn't new, that you want to kind of have a secret language from your parents so they don't know something. What's scary about this is how dangerous it can be and how quickly it becomes inappropriate. For example, GNOC, get naked on camera.
Oh, nice.
WTTP, want to trade pic. It's a very scary thing, and the problem with this is, having a secret language from parents is not a new thing, but this becomes very serious when it starts talking to strangers online and taking it IRL, which is in real life. And then when it becomes very quickly into a sexting, like, talk dirty to me, and those type of things, which kids need to understand it's something that can not just get them in danger right now, but it can follow them when it comes to trying to get in college or employment or anything else.
Well, look no further than what recently happened to, 11 Harvard students, entry-level freshmen, that were putting misogynistic, racist, and other nasty language on their social media sites. Harvard finds out, don't ask me how they found out, but they did, and they rescinded those offers. Now, there's a big controversy right now because it's summer and those kids do want to go to Harvard and they'll shape up and all of that. But your social media postings, not to mention any kind of potential criminal behavior or potential infractions criminally, will follow you. You will be found out. So that's just a case in point. And we're not here to comment too much about the Harvard thing, but it did follow those students, and now some of them might not be able to go. All right.
Well, but you make such a great point, because kids are unaware. Okay, they may be aware that something is inappropriate to text or to put on their social media, but they don't have sometimes the maturity to realize this can follow me.
Yes, and unless they're getting it from their 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, and on, teachers, they think,
or parents,
or parents or coaches, or whatever, or coaches or ministers or whomever, after daycare people, whomever. And the other thing is that they think they can hide behind these acronyms.
I love that you just said that, because they think they can hide behind the acronyms, and they think they can hide behind, let's remember, it's not just texting. It's also what they put on their social media, and some of them, like Snapchat, they think these messages disappear, when in fact they really don't when it comes to digital forensics. But, I mean, kids must be aware of some of these things, which is why parents have to be up to date on these current codes. parents must be monitoring their kids' phones and their social media activity.
All right, let me ask you this. What are the most common ones that if someone is listening to this out there in middle America and they've got teenagers, is it the GNOC, get naked on camera? Is it WTTP, want to trade pics? What are the ones that teens really use a lot? Because it's my understanding, Maria, that the text lingo changes every week. It's hard even for teens to keep up with it. So if you're a real hip teen, you might be creating it yourself.
No, you're exactly right. And that is where I say I call it an opportunity for parents to be aware of what's going on. But I would say the GNOC, I mean, some of the ones that are well known, SMH is shaking my head. You know, some of them are not dangerous, quote unquote. But when you come to KMS, kill myself, or KYS, kill yourself, you know, some of these become very dangerous. And then also, you know, we talked about WTTP, want to trade pictures, or here's one, 1174, meet at a party. So that takes it to another level, meaning you're taking something and someone you might be talking to online, and you're taking it into real life. And
okay,
they may not know that person.
Help me out with that a minute. You just said 1174. Those are numbers, but that translates to meet me at a party or meet at a party? And how do we get that?
Well, how they got it, I don't know. But the important part is what parents need to know is what that means. And here's the danger, Terry, is that takes it from, let's just say kids are just meeting online, okay, because that's the reality of today. That's taking it from meeting a stranger into IRL, in real life. And that's very frightening because they don't know who they're meeting.
All right, now let me advance it further. They don't know who they're meeting, so are these folks that are meeting them, let's say predators, do they know all this lingo?
Oh, I am certain they know this lingo much better
even
than
though
the
it changes all the time?
Oh, sure. That's how these predators work. Absolutely. And that is why, I call it an opportunity for parents to be aware of what's going on. And is it scary? Yes. Can parents empower themselves? Yes. So they can look online. You'll have the link, I'm certain, and then I'll have the link as well for the newest codes. And this is where parents have to be aware of what's going on and monitoring what's going on their kids' phones and what the newest, latest lingo is.
There is a movement in some states to get some legislation whereby, believe it or not, the selling of a smartphone to a minor would be outlawed. Now, this is controversial, obviously, Maria.
It is. I heard this. I know what you're talking about.
Part of it, the controversy surrounds not only the idea itself in general, but also what is the age limit. Yeah. They're banning about 12 years old or under. No, you can't have a smartphone. Or 13, maybe 14. It seems to me, though, that if you're going to ban, especially for stuff like this, if this is the raison d'etre as to why to ban, then ban when they are a teenager.
Oh my gosh, that is exactly what I was thinking.
But I think that train has left the station.
I agree.
I don't think it would pass in any state. You say to a 16-year-old you can't have a cell phone at this point. I mean, talk about an old fogey legislation. It'll never pass. Never pass.
Well, but you're so right. I mean, we're going to ban 11 and 12-year-olds, but not kind of monitor what 16-year-olds are doing. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, I think the damage on stuff like this, for the sake of this conversation, is happening with 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old kids, junior high and definitely in high school. So I just wanted to know what you thought about that. You deal with these issues more than I do, and thank goodness my kid is now in college, and those tough years with the mean girls in the 6th grade and those tough junior high years and high school years, those are behind me. Thank goodness. Because they are tough years, and it's a fight. I mean, when I was growing up, and I'm the daughter of an Air Force colonel who is now deceased. But
I'm an Air Force brat as well.
All right then. So someone would call, let's say a boy would call, and it was, yes, sir, Colonel, yes, sir. And then my dad would yell all the way down the hall, Terry, it's for you, 10 minutes. And I mean, it was a public phone in the sense that there was 9 people in my house.
I love
but
it.
that's not the case now. Final thought. We're down to 30 seconds, Maria.
Let's go. Here's what parents do.
Quickly.
They need to be monitoring what's happening on their kid's phone, and they need to be aware of what the latest lingo is.
All right. We appreciate you. Maria Lucé, she started the Empowered Mom, empoweredmom.com, and we'll have you back on another edition of Think America. Thank you, Maria.
Thank you.
All right.
Welcome back to Think America with Terry Gilberg.
All right, guys, we had Maria Lucé of the Empowered Mom, a real informed mom, but you guys are both guys, and I think one of you parent, right? Joe, are you a
Raising
parent?
my hand there, yeah.
All righty, what'd you think? Cracking the codes.
Scares me to death. But I have to say, I really appreciated what she had to say about this is an opportunity, and it just reminds us as parents that we have to be proactive in our communication with our kids. We have to teach them self-discipline because we can't hover over them 24/7. And so what does that mean? It means we have to be disciplined in order to apply discipline. I mean, they can't just do it.
Do you look at your kids' phones?
Yeah, we have tools to do that. So, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And Chris?
I am not a parent yet. Although my wife and I do plan to have children. I can say this, the operative term for me is children. Until that child turns 18 years of age, I feel like I will have a huge responsibility not only to protect my child, but to educate my child. And if they're not getting it from other channels, you mentioned coaches and ministers and all these other things, if for some reason the message isn't that clear, I'm going to do everything I can to make the message very clear.
And good luck to you, because it's a pretty vicious world out there with a lot of hidden codes, and kids hide behind those phones.